what? I'm gonna get mine. Go do the crime. If you can't do the time, don't tell me how you're all be down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown, it's your fool, bitch. So just step back. I'm mad dad when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean, revolution machine. For what people say, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, but you know it's right. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
Trouble time, get something in your rigger. Trouble time, get something in your rigger. Trouble time, get something in your rigger. Trouble time, get something in your rigger.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
You're muted.
Take two.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here in the Mad Hatter Dispensary where we're live. Ignorance is No Excuse podcast, live from the Mad Hatter Dispensary. I think I did it better the first time. But anyway, we have a boardroom set up here with a huge projector. And today I was watching the CRC meeting on the big screen.
Really?
Let me tell you, I was actually shocked and dismayed to see Baked by the River get fined $2,500 for having
Dab thing, right?
a dab sesh.
Yeah.
With food, probably. Oh, my God. They had food and dabs. Oh, the humanity. No. Oh, food and dabs at a pot party. Oh. What are we going to do about this? Call out the Marines.
Well, let's first of all look at the bright side. It's before Nick Scutari can pass a law, meaning the people that were having the dabs,
Brother, oh, you said
they were not.
it.
Yeah, they weren't fined. See, the dabbers were, or are they the dabbies? Okay, the ones receiving the dabs had no sanctions against them. But if Scutari has his way, they will as well.
The dabbies.
The ones who may incur a financial penalty that don't have the money in the first place to get a full supply of their medicine. So, and all that while bills that would help PAD be able to pay Medicaid, insurance, and all this stuff, they're not getting hearings. So is that the plan? Just like some sort of blockade on any ways patients can get the money, their medicine other than at a state dispensary.
They're going to go to jail. Cancer patients will go to jail after like the third or fourth offense.
Or the first one growing.
Maybe the second one. Or
the first one. If they get caught growing, you think they're and it's so ironic that Senator Scutari in 2008 petitioned the governor to pardon John Wilson because he was growing 17 cannabis plants for his MS, was found guilty and sentenced to 3 to 5 in prison. And that was the best possibility. And he had to serve that out. But Scutari did ask for the governor Corzine to pardon him. And because he said that, his Senate side of our medical legalization bill had already passed home grow for 6 plants. So our Senate Scutari hero in 2008 was using that, saying, I just got it passed on the full floor of the Senate. It's going to happen in the Assembly too. So why don't we pardon him? He was that sure that he had gotten patients 6 plants to grow. And when he had that yanked out from under him, he was pissed. So what kind of mutant irony is that he's the one keeping them from getting what he tried to get them? Oh my God, it's coming up on 20 years ago he started trying that. Yeah. Oh, I got to look. When was the bill first put out? It was 2005. We'll have a 20th anniversary of the beginning of home grow. It's taken a setback over the years and decades.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
So congratulations are in order to Christopher Almada.
Yes, how about that?
Who is going to be the next councilman.
Well, he gets to run in the general election.
He's running unopposed.
I did not know that. So the Democratic nomination did it? Really?
Yes.
Wow, I'd be more celebratory then.
I am super celebratory. I am so happy for him, considering what is going on in that town. That town needs Chris Almada. And Daniela Mendez, too, is also, she won. And the Dodd ticket lost. Everyone that supports Dodd is gone. And he's probably shitting a pickle right now.
Yeah. So I want to see the first time Chris has to remind somebody from the bullshit side of life that they only have 3 minutes to speak, so get on with it. Because I'll cut you off at 3 minutes.
Chris gets 4 minutes now, maybe even 5.
but he gets to ask to have somebody cut off at 3 minutes if they go long, right?
I love checks and balances in government, and this is what is needed in government. You need someone like Chris because he's the guy. He's got a great heart. He's a patient-friendly, patient-focused person. He cares about Dover. He does the cleanups. They clean up garbage in Dover. They clean up every year. They do a couple of cleanup. We all go. We all do. It's a great thing. I love it. I love it, what Chris has done out there in Dover, and will continue to do in Dover. And it's just great. It's great to see it.
You mentioned that checks and balances in government. That is a very good thing. The thing is, let's advance that to the state level, that the Republicans have been the minority party for 23 going on 24 years now, straight. Minority party, which means they should be good at being a check and balance against the majority party, because that's what they've been doing for 24 years. So why are the 3 Republican co-sponsors of Senator Singleton's medical cannabis home grow bill not giving Senate President Scutari some shit? Riddle me that. They're the check-in. Are they that comfortable being second? Irrelevant in some cases. I mean, I'm not happy about that. And I know a couple of their constituents are going to be expressing that to them again. So
Andrea spoke today about the batch size. It's now 100 pounds instead of 10 pounds, which puts a huge burden on these smaller grow operations, the mom and pop grows. The MSOs can handle it, but the mom and pops, that's...
Okay, explain that again, the numbers. I want to make sure.
They're doing a batch. They're changing the batch size.
What does that mean, batch size? What is the batch size?
When they test your cannabis,
okay,
they're going to test a lot more cannabis now. And not at the back end, at the front end. So there's still things that they're going to miss. It's just, the testing is a mess. You should really listen to Andrea's testimony today. It was really good. They need to do better in New Jersey. I mean, we did our own testing on some regs off Jersey City streets, the hood in Jersey City, $50 to $100 an ounce, and it tested better than a lot of dispensary weed out there. There was no contaminants, no metals, it was no mold. It was good. So it's not weed you'd want to buy. It's not top shelf. It's regs. It's mids from the hood, but it's better than what you're buying for $400 an ounce at the damn dispensary.
Yeah.
Do better, New Jersey, and get your wheelchair access in order too. I said that.
Not for nothing, but I don't use the 400 an ounce anymore, only because 300 works equally well and is less disputable. I'm just saying, the bang for the buck, that becomes a little more like, say, a presidential thing to pick the top number. Of course, he always adds 50% anyway, above the top. But it's how many ways could it be proven that patients are getting the shit end of the stick here, which is why, again, Susan, how do you say her last name, Sciretto or something, you know who I mean, Susan, the one that writes my letters for her people, and
she's
who really, and the one who she loved Wayne. She loved Wayne Barini so much because he never let her down when she needed help, and he didn't wait for her to ask, But here's the sad part for me. She was distraught that she couldn't make it up to Tuttle Funeral Home because her cat was dying. Ugh. And the worst thing that could happen to her was for her to not be there when her cat died. The last thing Wayne Barini was doing 3 hours before he died was playing with his cat. So I'm finding this morbid freaking So to be clear of what went on with her when her cat died and she had no closure with Wayne. It was like, it wasn't like when some people say, I don't think I can take it anymore. And, you go, well, buck it up or whatever. It wasn't even said like that, but I'm pretty good reading between the lines, and I have good tone even when I'm reading something that's giving no tone. And it scared me. It was like she'd had too much finally. Now, I don't think, I didn't look it up yet, but I told you what happened for her to start her 29 years of opiate pain reduction until cannabis. And then 19 months later, not being able to afford it and back on opiates. Well, with that whole story dragging on like that, she was just numb, you know? So I almost forced her to accept something from me because she didn't have cannabis and she seemed like she was really at her end, giving up. So I said, listen, I'll do a give and go. I'll bring you a little bit that I got. It was about a little more than 1/8 of an ounce.
You guys know what's going on right now?
No.
No? Okay. I'm going to tell you. Christy Noem, our Secretary of Homeland Security, or whatever the fuck she is, she was doing a town hall in Los Angeles, and one of the senators, Democratic senators in California, went into the room because he had some questions, and they dragged him out. I watched it happen, so this was a bird's eye view. They put him to the ground. They handcuffed him. That's when everything got knocked out. You know, Cloud, Google.
I think it was Padilla. I think was his name.
Yeah, Padilla. Yeah. Spotify. My interactions with the mobilization units for the protests has crashed. I can't get in touch with anyone, and they sent me an email. That's all, just saying it's crashed. Try this link, and if it doesn't work, well, see you later.
Is it crashed because of overusage or something else?
No, it crashed because they crashed us.
Okay, because things crash when everybody's using it.
No.
I want to be clear.
It crashed because they crashed us because they know who we are. Okay, this is all the This is the center of protesting for our area.
How long ago did this happen? I mean, I know it's
about an hour ago.
Yeah. How long do you think it'll take to be on the news? I mean, it should be already.
Go on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. But
I caught part of it. I caught part of it on the news before on Fox, and now they just have stupid stuff on. Let me see if Fox has it.
No, I mean about the crashing of this and everything.
No, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about any of that.
Well, it's an hour into it. It's not something that the media, can just not talk about, no matter who it is. I mean, they can do that, but
they're not talking about it because we are right now under an authoritarian government.
Yeah, okay, so what are you saying? MSNBC isn't talking about it now because they're under authoritarian government, or maybe they don't have enough facts to talk about it yet?
No, they have plenty of facts to talk about.
So you think that they're cowering to the situation?
Well, right now, that's what they're doing.
No, I'm not saying it couldn't be, but
I'm just thinking it's because it's the only communication here coming up. Let's see what this one says. Now this says nothing. Let me go to a couple of different places.
Yeah, I go to different news sources because I watch WABC AM, then I go to MSNBC, then I go to Bloomberg, then I go to BBC. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different agenda.
Oh, yeah, I also go to Fox News because I like to know what the other.
Well, Fox is not saying anything right now. They did have Padilla on before. He spoke to. Wait, let's see what this is. Oh, this is another plane off a runway. A fucking JetBlue plane off the runway. Oh my God. Rolls off the runway at Boston's Logan Airport.
So
wow.
What time is our guest coming on today?
He's not. I can't get him.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I talk to him. He's part of the mobilization.
Okay.
So that's how I communicate with him. Okay, what else they got to say? Nothing on here. Where do you want me? Where else can I go? 5. Let me go back to Fox.
I don't know. This is all breaking. You're allowed to take what time you need because it's,
let's see.
Ongoing.
I don't know if this is making a great podcast, but
well, you know what? this is this weekend. You know, he's got his military parade, his birthday party going on, and this was going to happen.
So were there Marines called up to go to L.A.?
Yes,
they
they
had
have
Marines.
700 Marines there. Yeah,
Wow.
that are just sitting around doing nothing.
Well, they
Look,
get paid no
you
matter.
know,
And the crowd actually went over to the Marines yesterday and gave them flowers.
they didn't put him in the end of guns or anything like they did 50, 60 years
Yeah,
ago.
you got to stick
Yeah,
it in
they
the gun. Got to put it in the gun.
Yeah, that was one of the more
Then they
famous
can't
pictures.
shoot. Right? Then they
I
can't shoot.
know. I have that picture on one of my forums. Let me see if I can find anything else.
Well, you know, for
Here, let me
me,
see this one.
Well,
I'm
people
not-
are asking.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
there's Trump getting off his plane.
I will say this though about Mikey Sherrill. She does support home grow for certain situations, which is way more than Jack Ciattarelli
yeah.
does. Jack Ciattarelli
okay,
wants to
way
make cannabis
more.
legal.
But here's a further connection there, if I may. Yeah, that's good. And it's quite possible that she'll go totally to bat for us when and the possibility that the federal protections for states to run their own cannabis laws, the Rohrabacher Blumenthal, whatever amendment thing that happened in 2011. We had federal protection. That was it. I mean, it wasn't just the Cole memo. It was like we have codified protection that now our president wants to disengage that protection, meaning
All right. Well,
Then
New
Mikey
York
can
City-
hold Mike-
Listen,
Mike-
I'm going to interrupt you again. Okay, so New York City is all out on the streets. They're all over the place. Okay, this is what's, and I'm going to predict what's going to happen because, you know, they're going to send in their provocators and things are going to get crazy. And because we live in the world of the internet now, I can predict by Sunday, he's going to call martial law.
Yep.
He's going to declare martial law. Congress has to get him out. They have to get him out. Him and all his fucking minions.
Well, he's going to
He's
declare
phasing out,
martial.
he just phased out FEMA.
Hey, listen, we got 15 minutes. We can call Mikey Sherrill's office and ask her how they feel about home grow. Let's call her up.
All right, I'm going off, okay? Because I got to try to get in touch with people, okay?
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
I got American things to do.
Yeah, I'm doing that on Saturday, and I got some signs to make as well. As I was trying to say that.
Yeah,
this
but
is
I'm one of their fucking organizers, you know. So
I
just put myself out there.
Okay, okay, good. Never mind.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yes, my name is Edward Grimes. I'd like to congratulate Mikey Sherrill for winning their primary. Also,
Thank you.
yeah, I think it's great. Can you tell me if she agrees with home grow for cannabis patients? Do you know how she feels about medical cannabis patients growing their own cannabis at home?
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey, yeah.
Well, this is pertaining to the campaign and her platform as governor. I would recommend reaching out to the campaign office because this is the official congressional office.
There you go. That's
Oh,
right.
okay. Okay, I'll reach out to her. Do you have that number?
I don't have the number, but I can give you the email address.
Okay, sure.
It's going to be info@MikeySherrill.com.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Of course,
Yeah.
have a good day.
You too.
Well, in the small amount of time we have left, I think we should delve into what it is I'm trying to say, that this is right up my narrow focus point. I was like Switzerland waiting for other things to work out as long as it didn't mess with our state's medical cannabis program in any way, shape, or form. Now that I come to find out that it in fact will, depending on how Congress acts as to this fact, that if we have no federal protections after having had them since 2011, that means Donald Trump can put pressure on any governor with a medical marijuana program by threatening to cut down that in that state or arrest people for doing it, causing fear amongst patients and uncertainty and everything they don't need. You know, that is not just a possibility. It is his MO. It is something to hold against somebody to force them to your will. And when it's going to be taking patients, medical cannabis, and yes, some are dying. And yes, many are going bankrupt. And to totally ignore that and say, I'm going to step in, threaten you with all that because I want this from you. Going to be used as a pawn? No fucking more. I'm not on the sidelines anymore. That is my one issue. You want to ask me about anything else that he has planned that doesn't have anything to do directly with our program? I don't give a flying fuck about it. I'm going to be a specialist just like I've been for home grow for patients for 4 goddamn years now. Yeah, how many dollars do I owe you for that? I can't help it. That was only the tip of the iceberg too, man. That bell should have been ringing like a...
Just a tip. Just a tip.
So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be in Trenton, and I'm not going to just bring one of my signs. It'll be 2-sided, saying something very much about ending federal protection, and something to hand out. And I'll have extra signs. I'm going to probably have maybe 4 of them, but 2-sided. And the first time somebody says, "Yeah, I like your sign," I'm going to say, "Here, I got an extra," and see if I can't get them circulating, because this is under everybody's radar. There's so much stuff going on that nobody really knows that. Well, hold on a second. I got to take this.
No, take it online. I want to hear who you're talking to. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
Hi, this is Sending Guitar.
Yeah, there you are. So what time is it where you are? Oh, come on. It's the way we got to start a conversation.
It's like 10 to 7 in the morning. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? You're there to eat dinner, are you?
Oh, no, not at all. Oh, by the way, you're on a podcast, because I'm on a podcast.
You're on the air.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Okay.
Yeah, but I said I had to take it, and because it's things are a little disjointed, no pun intended. I don't think there was a pun, as it was anyway. But yeah, this is going to have to end early for other reasons. So we're just kind of goofing around right now. And to be known, this would be Mr. Paul Keating. No, not the former. What do you call the head of Australia? The Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Yeah, not former Prime Minister Paul Keating. But yeah, he's this the Paul Keating that was with me on my walk across the state in 1993. He's the one that helped make sure I had somebody to walk in with when I was tired. Yeah.
I could save you from being arrested on many occasions.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is
I saved Cheryl from being arrested.
Yeah. Paulie was Cheryl's one of his best friends. He was like a brother to a son. He's more like a brother than a son. He's a bit younger. Not much. Oh yeah, you're like 60 now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And with a beard.
With a beard?
And a brother's beard.
Come on. I sent you something on Facebook. What do you get up there about once every 6 months or something? I just sent you something today. It's good. You're saving me money. I got I think it's a $10 or $5 phone card so I could call you. And I was going to call you anyway. So hello. Yeah. But the fact that I'm on a podcast and I know, you can, I don't know how to handle this here. I could call you back in a little bit, Why don't I give you a call?
I got a question. When was the first time you smoked weed?
Hold on. Paul, hold
I'll
on.
bid you a
Stop,
farewell.
no, Paul,
I'll
stop.
bid you a farewell in 40 seconds.
No, Paul, stop. I know you couldn't hear yeah, Lefty asks everybody the same couple of questions. It's on the podcast. Now you got to answer. See if you can hear him. Go ahead.
Yeah, Paul. Well, first of all, where are you from? Again, I want to know when the first time you smoked weed, and where were you, and what was it like, and all that. Tell me of your first experience.
I can't hear any of that, mate.
Okay, I'll pray. What we need to know is when was the first time you smoked weed? Where were you? What were the circumstances? What was it like? Everybody gets a question. Hundreds of people have answered this.
I was old compared to Americans. I was 19 and I would have been
Same as me.
Australian dirtly.
Yeah, same as me. Was it the first time somebody offered?
The kind with more feet and butt. and then I went, I can remember going home totally paranoid and have been so ever since.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
paranoid, but
And
stoned ever since.
what's your favorite munchie food? That's another one of the questions. Or any one of your top ones. It doesn't have to be a favorite.
What is this a survey for?
Yeah, no, this is anytime anybody's on the anybody on the podcast, which you're on the podcast, answers these questions at the end, or they never get asked back on. And this is like could be doctors and lawyers and candlestick makers. Doesn't matter. Everybody answers. They all answer sooner or later.
Well, yeah, I do believe that most stoners going to be, these answers will all be grouped, won't they? They'll all be the same.
Let me ask you another question then.
Ice cream.
What was your favorite cheap 6-pack of beer back in our day?
Peel's draft style lager, $2.32. As you remember, we did purchase one.
Yeah, do you remember what it cost? $2.42. We paid in pennies, nickels, and dimes one time.
Pardon my language, podcasters, but we were fucking broke.
Lefty owes you a bell ring on that one. Ring the bell. There you go. I've had the bell rung about 3 or 4 times already, though. You know. Well, I mean, we're on the air, so it's cool. You know.
Where you from?
Yeah, he wants.
I do apologize.
Well, he wants to know where you are from in Australia. I know, but you have to answer.
I'm right up to north part of Australia in Cairns. It's right beside. If you look at the map, it's right beside the Great Barrier Reef.
Now Cairns
Very
is
northeast Australia.
and Cairns is the one with the R. People would call it Cairns or something. Cairns is Cairns. Not like the Cairns.
Yeah. But an American would pronounce it as Cans in Cairns in France.
Yeah. So not to be confused with the Cairns Festival. But then again, that's pretty cool. Do you have festivals there of any kind? I mean, that would be a Cairns Festival. Yeah.
Well, seriously.
You got to have your own film festival. That'd be fucking awesome. Oh, ding ding. That would be really awesome. If you have start a festival there and you know, show one film and call it a film festival, and you would have started the Cannes Film Festival. That will really confuse Americans anyway.
The Cairns Film Festival. No, I think someone's already got to that.
Yeah.
It's not as well attended.
Yeah.
By famous people, but I'm sure there is a Cairns Film Festival.
So you are then, in fact, see, Cheryl's kind of a big deal for a lot of people here, especially around the podcast world. And the fact that you spent how many nights having beer and smoking pot in the room with Cheryl do you think you spent? I'm going to have to say would have to be over the years somewhere between 300 and 1,000 or something. I mean, it was a lot. Nobody spent.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say more than.
You spent more time with her than anybody but me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're somebody, see? You're riding my coattails, buddy.
No, because witches are in a goof on it.
All right.
I don't know.
Let me ask Lefty, what's going on? Hold on a second, Paul. What's going on, Lefty? Shakes his head, nothing. Are you
No, we're good.
All right, how long are we going to be on? Because I got some things I want to say that you can't hear.
Well, we can do our list.
Oh, how long you got, Paul? You got another couple seconds till I leave this, and then we can continue, or are you going somewhere?
I gotta be somewhere by 7:30. So yeah, no, I'm gonna be.
No. Listen, let me call you later on, like a couple hours. What do you say? You're gonna be around in a couple hours?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'll call you then.
I'll give you a call in a couple of hours. How about that?
That sounds good.
Mine's free.
All right. Ta-ra.
Let's do that.
I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
All right.
Bye.
Toodle tit.
Toodle tit.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Okay. Well, then that's something. There's a first. But then I realized, I'm talking to somebody that knows spent more time with Cheryl than anybody else and helped me get across there in the first. He was at this longer than most anybody I know while he was here. On more than one occasion.
What was he doing here in the USA during that time?
Well, he ultimately wanted to be an actor, that didn't pan out. But I kind of knew it wasn't gonna, because I'd read lines with him sometimes. And one time it was trying out for a part where it was like he was in a fast food restaurant or something, or somewhere. And somebody said, "You ran into my '65 Mustang," like a thing going on. So we went into McDonald's and we're in line. And I kind of walked away for a second and then came back and pushed him a little in his back and said, "Hey, you ran into my '65 Mustang." And he was supposed to start with his lines, in front of people hanging around at McDonald's. Could we make them believe this was real, No, I'm not gonna. Well, you're not gonna what? You ran into my Mustang. What do you mean you're not gonna? I'm not gonna do this. You're going to do whatever I say. You ran into my Mustang. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't run his freaking lines with me. I knew right then, it's never going to happen. Any actor would have gladly done it. Anyway.
Turn your camera on.
Yeah. No, he looked like, really, he looked like a relative of Errol Flynn back then. Had the face. And Errol Flynn was more around New Zealand, I think, but he was Australian or whichever. He might have been Kiwi, one of the two. But he was quite a known thing. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, you could start a rumor. And it's not hard to start because of the way you look. You get headshots done with the puffy shirt or something. You're going to look like Errol Flynn. Spread the rumor that you're his bastard grandson." Yeah. He's like, well, his grandma's dead, and he thought, nah. But I thought that might actually help him become an actor because it'd be just a rumor. But he did, have a reputation. I did what I could. I also took him, we would take him to New York for casting calls occasionally. And one time he didn't get to the bus in time that I take him, so I drove him in my 674 pickup truck. Somebody else missed the bus. Gave him a ride too. He was freaking out. Two people he don't know saying, "I'll ride you to New York." Said, "Do you want to smoke a joint?" He said, "Hell yeah!" And then he started telling me all. He started telling me all about Jim Miller. Really, smoking a joint, going, "Oh man, there's this guy Jim," and Paulie and me were laughing because we let him tell us about me. And he didn't know it. And then it was real hard to prove to him. He thought we were fucking with him, Anyway. So what about the list? Let's get that list over. The list of people that died that took part trying to make this herb available to all people, especially patients.
Speaking of the list.
They didn't make it.
Wayne Barini would have been a great actor. He had that voice. He had that real deep voice. He was very entertaining on the radio. I'm pulling up clips.
Yeah.
I'm finding old clips. I'm
Well,
putting them up there, and it's just
now you must remember that it wasn't that long ago I was saying that on a podcast, I believe. He's got the best radio voice of anybody. I think I was talking. Oh, when you got like the nice mics you have now, they made your voice really has a much better resonance.
more Barini-ish, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what would bring it up. No, it just it's funny, you hear some radio people on TV or something just having a conversation, and they still have that voice. Them I hate. Get a good mic if you want to sound like that. Don't be just popping in and sounding like it. Yeah, he had that voice. Yeah.
It can't be duplicated. It's tough.
Oh, anyway, what I was thinking is, what do you think Wayne would say about Susan's condition and everything like now? He would help her, and we're going to be celebrating his life and memorializing him on the 21st, and I can get there for about an hour and a half. I got some shit I have to do, but I can be there for the 2 to 3:30 at least. But I'm just saying that that I was able to bring Susan that little bit, plus the gummies that I had, plus some balm, plus Ken gave me 4 candies, everything I could possibly have to give her. And, she almost didn't talk to me at first because she seemed like that scary distant, But as I said, but wait, there's more, some balm that you can run, or you can have potluck, But wait, there's more, some 30 grand. But wait, there's more, some gummies I got from the table at Morristown, because when he was by himself and I had him at his table when he had to go pee, So he gave me these gummies that are way more CBD than THC, but they'll handle you both. And that was when her face moved at all. And then we talked for a little bit. And then after I left, she went inside. Her husband, John, came running out to the car saying, hold on, stuck his hand and head in to shake my hand through the passenger window. It's the side he was on. And it's a look I've seen before. Somebody that just found some relief from a situation that he's been involved in every second of every day for how long? A week or more. And my guess is that she went back in a different person, because I told her I'd drop it off, even, a text. And then she texted me back just the address, just said it's a long drive. It's 35 minutes away. I texted her, no, it's not. I'm on my way. So that I did get there, and it left. It was that easy. But John was like, he couldn't thank me enough in the most sincere way a person can thank another person. It was very moving, and it was that easy. So what I'm saying is, I don't know how to put it, but if that was read and people, what she had to write about her mom and, the car accident, and she was dead out alongside the van and bifurcated. I don't know if I got that right, but it sounds like it would have been with a decimated body in some severe way, and that she could only lay down on top of her and cry, and she could smell her perfume. Remember how it smelled still, It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I read it out loud to Kathy. She was in a different room. I had to stop and compose myself twice just reading the words she wrote. She's probably done this more than once. It was 35 years ago. Anyway, if there's any way people could know that and want to do what Wayne would do, pass a joint on or something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I myself would have a hard time smoking a copious amount of something, knowing that, she still mentally, physically wouldn't be able to come. So I'm kind of wrestling with whatever I have. I need to give up some, Plus, she is allowing me to contact her legislators for her. So I don't know. I'm 90% I can be there. I really want to, because I couldn't get there to Tuttle's either. It's amazing how many ways you can think of Wayne now with things that you hadn't thought of in 10 years. You know, they pop in my head more clearly.
Yeah, I've known Wayne 12, 13 years.
Yeah, well, you know, we are feeling sorry for ourselves. That's what grief is. I'm not feeling sorry for him. I'm feeling sorry for people who are left behind who loved him. You know, that's how it works. And it's worse when you feel sorry for both, like the person who passes away because it was a life unfulfilled or whatever. His wasn't. You know, he was famous for being the guy that he was. He was an original. There's so few.
He completed his mission here.
Exactly. 54 is too young. But when you pack in as much as he did, you know, and you and him are a lot alike. I mean, you couldn't be more involved almost. So maybe that's why, you know, it can be so tough on you because you had a bird of a feather company in that respect with him. Wow, that was well put. I like that. Having more of my good time.
I just put a video up of the time where we were trying to curb his cursing. It was a very misguided attempt to stop Wayne from cursing. And we decided to put my TENS unit, the electrical stim pads, on his balls. And every time he would curse, Morgan would zap his balls with the TENS unit. And oh boy.
That's crazy. I never heard that.
Yeah, it's on my timeline. Watch the video. It's on my.
Did you ever see the Cheers episode that was almost exactly based on that?
Oh man, it's.
Did you ever watch Cheers? No. Okay, well anyway, there was a bar, a bunch of people, a lot of personalities, know-it-all postman, you know, who finds out that everybody considers him a buffoon because of the way he is about everything, you know. No better than what I could, you know, talking. So anyway, he had advanced quick therapy where a therapist had him hooked up to an electric shock, and every time he started pulling a Cliff Clavin, that which was him, he'd give him a little jolt, you know. And it'd be like when he finally got back to the bar and everybody's kissing his ass because they find out that, you know, I don't know, the jig's up, you know, that they kind of consider him to be that kind of guy. They say, oh, how long till you're fully back on your feet? Because, well, you know, they say with a normal person it'd be 3 weeks, but with me, a week. 3 weeks. You know? And then he finally got fed up with it, how to wrestle the thing out of the guy's hand because he kept jabbing him because Cliff was being Cliff. So imagine giving way. Shock, shock, you know. So he went over and they scuffled and he grabbed the thing out of the therapist's hand and said, let's see how you like it. He's shocking himself because it's not how it works. Take the control and use it, you know. Anyway.
Well, Wayne's video is ridiculous because Morgan didn't know how to use it and she kept it on. And then she dropped it in the coffee. So he cooked his nuts. And it's pretty funny. You got to watch the video. It's
man, that's out there.
It's really crazy. It's one of the more memorable moments of the podcast of all time.
You post all that stuff. I mean, if you post it all and somebody that never knew him just ran across one and then more, and then it would spider web, and next thing you know, he'd be like a cult hero, knowing better after his passing than before. You know, I mean, seriously, who does that? That's like Jackass. You know, it's like right out of Jackass.
Well, I know his family is loving the videos, and I'm glad to bring at least some comfort to the family because these videos are funny. I mean, you could definitely absorb your just jump into those videos and just enjoy them and just enjoy Wayne for what he was. He was just who he was. He was a great, funny person, and it was just fun to be around. And you could see that in all his videos. And
with all the videos that there are now, that of course back in the day, people didn't leave that much video behind, but now with everybody being videoed so often, that happens a lot, but never. When you describe that, it's like, oh, look, there were the boys playing golf. Oh, look how happy that. No. Oh, there he was getting his balls hooked up to electrodes. You see, that's not, if nobody knew what you were talking about, that wouldn't be in any of their top billion guesses. You follow what I'm saying? It's like if you did that Jon Stewart thing and introed it like that and showed one of the films giving comfort to the family.
That's I don't know how much comfort that gives to the family watching his balls get cooked, but I'm trying. I'm trying here because I'm as distraught as I am. Imagine how his family is. I've known him for 12, 13 years, and I love him to death. His family, I can't imagine what they're going through, how badly they miss. I mean, as bad as it is for me, it's a million times worse for his family. Yeah. So I'm putting what I can out there to make you all feel better because, man, I'm hurting.
Yeah. And I don't know. There's a lot of names been added to that list over 10 years or 11 or whatever it is now. But, adding one on air the first time from somebody so close. Wow. That was a good podcast. Really sad to watch, though. I'm just saying, that was a very good way to do that, make it, because you made that as personal as it could possibly be, and everybody felt it. So, proud of you.
Well, before we get to the list, you ever see Casey Kasem going from a dog dying dedication to you ever see that? How can I go from a dog dying to this commercial? Blah, blah. You ever see that one? It's hilarious.
Not that one, no, but I'm very familiar with Casey.
Casey Kasem, or was it Dick Clark? One of those two was just yelling.
No, that would be you. You were more mimicking Casey. Vocally.
Casey, I think it was Casey.
Well, I mean, your voice was being his. More.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to transition from, something awful to something, positive. And it's like what the news people do. You hear them on the news. Oh, 1,000 people died in this thing. And all of a sudden, and this week, we're having a little picnic. And it's like, wait.
Yeah. That's
it's a transition you need there. You go to commercial first, maybe. Jeez.
That'd be the way to go. If you can, you're live.
But I want to thank Mad Hatter for having us here and being very gracious and generous with the space here. We have Wayne's Memorial Party Sesh, foot-long joints, dab bar, food on the 21st. We're going to celebrate the life of Wayne. If anybody cries, I'm going to call you Leftina. I'm going to call you a little bitch because we're not crying on the 21st. We're celebrating and we're getting stoned. So there, I've said it. And you heard it.
I think it's possible.
22nd is Puff and Paint at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And then there's also Cannabis Church in the morning on Sunday. But not Father's Day. This week, we're not doing Father's Day. But next week is the 21st and 22nd. So next week is the Cannabis Church, Puff and Paint here at the Mad Hatter. A lot more events coming up, too. I wish Shelby was here to talk about them, but she's not here. I hope she's watching. But no, she's not watching. Okay, well, all right, I tried. So hard to get a producer these days.
Yeah, really? You could use one.
I've been trying for 10 years to get a producer. Wayne used to yell at me. Wayne used to yell at me all the time.
Yeah, you could have been a contender.
I could have been a producer.
With a producer, I could have been a contender. Instead, I'm stuck here in Palookaville.
Oh. I lost the list. So UFCW, thank you, UFCW. We love you. CMMNJ, they had a good meeting the other night. I enjoyed it. I missed the first hour, but it was still good. a lot of stuff going on. We're tabling. Sativa Cross is tabling the Shore Grow Hydro coming up on the in August, and we're also invited to Maine in September for a veteran group. So
the tabling that I did with CMMMJ last Saturday.
Yes, talk about that. That was great.
Oh, well, yeah, I do that tabling at Moorestown Day. And it's a very well-attended event, 200 tables, maybe 50 food vendors, 40, 200 tent tops. So we table. And I made a sign up to put across the top of ours, a 3-poster board butte of a sign about Senator Singleton and needing help getting his medical cannabis home grow bill heard after 4.5 years of it not being allowed to be heard. So, yeah, I put it up. I won't try to paraphrase it. But I did go down to the Democratic table and let them know, that you might want to see her being represented by name. So, after not a real long time, I heard, and I looked up and there's Senator Singleton looking up at the sign I made for him, saying things he can't say because it's his own Democratic Senate president holding his bill up. This is the man that, if he's going to play hardball back with you, if you like your committee assignments and you want to still keep moving up, something comes open, you don't piss off the Senate president even when he's blocking your bill. So he relies on people like me, but there are almost none doing that. And, the picture of us standing under that sign really, it brought a satisfaction that I go fishing like that all the time, and it doesn't usually work out so well because we had time to talk. And he had a really genuine appreciation because I was very frank with him and said, I know I can say things you can, all you got to do is smile, You're probably muted, I don't hear you. So anyway, I reminded him the last time he saw me was when I went to a joint healthcare meeting, Assembly and Senate, and I thought he was chairing it. It turns out Herb Conaway, the one that pulled home grow out of the original bill, was chairing it. And then while it was about mushrooms and psilocybin, I gave testimony and worked it around to him pulling the bill out, and kind of ruin it for everybody. And then I was told that if I couldn't keep my comments to the subject at hand, that I had to leave. So I escorted myself out, and I was pretty sure I saw him not looking up at me, but trying to not smile. And then, of course, I got to see a failed gubernatorial candidate, Steve Sweeney, former Senate president there as well, and had a picture taken with him very similar to one I had taken with him 4 years ago. Only I'm still going, and he can't get a job. So it was nice. And also though, there was a woman that had a table and didn't have a tent top, like next to us in the space next to us, and she left early and said, hey, I'm going to leave my table if anybody wants it. So I took it for CMMJ. And then I realized, how many times have I been tabling for CMMJ? How many times have you been tabling? How many times have we seen other people tabling every time we're tabling? And has anybody ever come back with a table? Yes. You came back with a table. Went tabling, came back with a table. It might cost you $60 to buy. That's like finding good pot in the street and calling it street weed. That's happened too, though. All right, so let's get on with this list. I got things to do after I get sad.
Here at Mad Hatter, they have a food truck.
Ooh.
Food truck. They have Latin and Caribbean food at this food truck. I'm very excited. So there's going to be food here. So you can smoke weed. When we're here, you can come here for the podcast and eat food and just chill out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you want to come here, come on. The place is, the lounge is open. Whatever you want to call this place, come here on a Tuesday. There she is. I was wondering what happened to you. There you go.
Hello. I'm so sorry. I came to apologize.
You don't have to apologize. I'm glad you're here.
We will have to reconvene because I did have meetings I totally forgot about. I'm good. Thank you so much. Next time you're in, I'll text you so that we can reconvene about what we're going to do today.
Okay.
And I hope everyone's staying hashy.
Anything good here at the Mad Hatter we should be looking at?
June 22nd, we have a Pride Pain Puff coming up. I believe you have an event on June 21st.
21st and the 22nd, the Cannabis Church. Also, yeah.
And then
Come to the 21st is going to be lit.
Yeah.
A foot-long blunts. It's going to be
I'm
insane.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of other hashy things are in store, especially stay tuned for 710.
710, we celebrate Cannabis Patient Awareness Day. So we should probably work that into a 710 celebration.
Definitely will. Alrighty. I'm going to head out, though. Good seeing you guys.
Hey.
Stay tuned and stay hashy. Oh, congratulations. Morning.
How'd you know? Oh, from
Happy
Bob. Oh, I told
Hallelujah.
Rob. That's right. I did tell Rob. That's right. I'm officially ordained as a minister here in New Jersey.
Good, man.
You too, bro. All right. You too, man. Yeah, Jim, I'm officially a minister because we're doing a legit cannabis church here, so we need a minister. Not that I'm going to preach, but to be a legit minister. Why not?
Why not?
So here at Mad Hatter, things are going down. Cannabis Church. Come, just come. Come on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, Sunday. When the doors are open to this place, you got to come here and just chill out and smoke a lot of weed with me. Because we got an empty room here. You should see this place. It's a huge, conference style. I just watched the CRC meeting, and I felt like I was an executive sitting in there in a board meeting. It was great.
Yeah, that's how big a TV screen is that? Do you have any idea?
100-inch.
Oh, yeah, it's like huge.
It's a huge. It's a movie screen. It's great.
It's what it feels like.
So we'll have testimony on the 21st. If you can't make it, you can call in and you'll be on the big screen on the sound system. We'll hear you, and we can testimony here. Whatever you all want to do to celebrate Wayne, we're going to have that option here. So it's going to be great. And we're going to do it right. We're going to have a lot of different food. I think Sue's making a lasagna. It's like, ooh. So yeah, make some food. Make your own food. We're going to have the food truck. We're going to probably order pizza. We're going to order, I don't know. We're going to order a lot of food.
You're going to roll with the circumstances and dictate what you do. You got all your options.
CMMNJ. Thank you, CMMNJ. The meeting was great the other day. I enjoy those meetings. UFCW Local 152 and Local 360, very supportive of patients. And from what I heard on the CRC today, if you don't respect the union, you got problems. The Columbia Care, wasn't it Columbia Care that was suspended license for 2 days? That's huge. Suspended their license for 2 days because of some union stuff. So if you're a cannabis company and you're not supporting the union, you better support it because you're going to have problems. You're going to have issues. So we need unions to keep this industry with the checks and balances I was saying before. That's what the union is. And I'm a union guy for 16 years before I became management. And what was great about being a union guy for 16 years and becoming management is that the union guys really didn't give a shit about management. But when a union guy was in management, yeah, they would do stuff to make sure that you succeeded because they supported me. So I got stuff done as a manager because I had the union backing me because I was one of them. And that was cool because I got a lot of stuff done and I did well. I wish I could have kept my job because I got injured at work and I couldn't continue. But I was corporate, man. I had a haircut. I wore a tie. I wore a belt, shoes. I was corporate, man. I was going up that ladder. And I was good at what I was doing, but now I do it here. Now I do the good stuff here. So I'm actually doing better stuff. I enjoy this even more. I enjoyed my job, but I enjoy doing this even more because I take all my skills and I put them to work here. And this is more rewarding. You know, and Wayne would tell you the same thing. Wayne was working with his parents at the shop, and his heart wasn't in it. His heart just wasn't in it. He wanted to help patients full time, and that's what he did. Full time patient caregiver in New Jersey. That's what Wayne was.
The rarest kind.
Yeah.
The kind you wouldn't know about because he in no way went out of his way to make it known that he did all that he did, you know. But when you knew him and you knew people, he was not letting them slip through the cracks entirely. He did what he could, you know. And too few like that. Nothing in return necessary.
Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and SativaCross.org. You can donate to SativaCross.org. On the page, you'll see a little donate button. Hit that button, and you can do what I do. You can have if you're on Facebook, you can have a birthday fundraiser, and any 501c3 can be the recipient of the money raised by your birthday fundraiser on Facebook. Where you know. So you can do that. I do it every year, and it's not like I'm the kind of person that gets a lot of people giving money to anything. But Steve Cross always gets something for it, and it's no work for me. It costs nothing. So every little bit helps.
It does. Seriously.
So our list here.
Too many people did not live long enough to see their cannabis rights in reality. They knew it would happen, but the trip was never what was expected, and many, you know, even took part in the fight knowing they wouldn't live long enough. You know. So then we mention, the names are mentioned by and large, almost all. It's just a name in passing, but if they're on the list, they're on there for a reason. And if we mention them at the end of each podcast, their names will not be forgotten, even if they are.
Cheryl Miller. And your friend, what was your friend's name? Paul. He was on before.
Paul,
Australia, yeah. And he, that was amazing because he actually helped you guys with all that.
Oh yeah, the first walk across the state. Yep, they were there at the beginning, and then hunted me down when I was still like 8-9 miles from Trenton, and I was exhausted. And I was looking at a map, and you know, when you're walking, you make a wrong turn or don't make a turn. You got to walk all the way, you know. Anyway, yeah, I made sure he was there when I sat my ass down on the steps of the Capitol after a 25-hour walk, pushing a wheelchair with medical marijuana for MS on it for all to see, from Seaside to Trenton, 58 miles, 25 hours. All to yank the chain of the media who didn't want to come over and see Cheryl eat her green butter and look how much better she got. You know, we'll break the law for you that way, but it's not exciting like smoking a joint. They wouldn't do it. Yeah, but you walk across the state and they showed up, and then bastards couldn't hurry enough. When they were getting out of their cars, finally, I go, oh man, these blisters are going to be horrible. Like I would start to take off my shoes, and they ran up television and newspapers with cameras. Why? To get a picture of my blistered feet after walking across the state. It was then I knew I had arrived as an advocate because I figured out exactly how to yank their chain till their neck hurt. And then when somebody was late and he didn't hear what happened, he said, I'm sorry, could we back this up for me? I'm sorry I'm late. And I go, it's not out to me. You're late for everybody else. You know, like it's kind of fun. And yeah, it worked. But Paulie was there, and he walked about the last 8 or 9 miles.
Get your green butter at the Mad Hutter. That doesn't work.
No. I'll figure one out.
We'll have to work on that.
No, you got a lot of material already, you know. I swear you could have a good backbeat going by vocal, you know, You know, shit don't matter when you're at the Mad Hatter. Shit don't matter when you're at the come to the Mad Hatter. Shit don't matter when you're at the Mad Hatter. That's why when you come here to at the Mad Hatter, shit don't, you know. You could put on a whole show. I'll do the background. Shit don't matter when you're at the Mad Hatter with anybody.
Make those blunts fatter at the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, there you go. Didn't roll real well, but that's really the right word combination somehow.
Smoke some shatter at the Mad Hatter.
Ooh, that's a new one.
With the new taco truck, you'll actually get fatter at the Mad Hatter.
Wow, you're on a roll.
Actually, pulled pork on a roll.
I'm going G-L-M-N-O-P. Yeah, well, if you can't get former, you can get the latter. There you go. Can't get the forward, you can get the latter. At the Mad Hatter, whatever. We're going to have a song soon, you know. I mean, just got to get something like that, put a little music to it, and get yourself a promo song.
Get high on the ladder at the Mad Hatter.
Walk higher than the ladder.
Yeah, get higher than the ladder.
There you go. I like it. Get higher than the ladder at the Mad Hatter. Because the ladder is pretty high. It can be. And if you don't get real high, it'd be a step ladder.
The oil will splatter at the Mad Hatter.
Oh, gee. Yeah.
Don't ask.
Saturday's going to be good.
Saturday will be fun. Next Saturday.
Next
Saturday and next Sunday. Puff and paint. So all weekend here at the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Sabina Rose was a 15-month-old baby. She died from a 25-hour seizure. You know, Wayne used to come with me to deliver magical butter machines. I have to find those videos of when he used to come with me. Yeah, I got so many videos. I got to find them. Man, as I find them, I'm just going to post them. I just found a video of Mike sleeping on the podcast. He was drinking on the podcast, and he got so blitzed, he fell asleep. So, of course, we put the camera on him, and we started, you know, making fun of him. So, yeah, it's on my timeline. Check that one out. It's pretty funny. Oh, man.
How many podcasts have you done, do you think?
Thousands.
Well, I mean, okay, how many State House podcasts?
It's hundreds.
Yeah, I tried to figure it out. And if you there's special occasion ones that aren't the fourth Thursday, and for a while it was every Thursday, and you know I was coming up with somewhere around 165 to 190 probably.
No, 1,000, easily 1,000.
No, I'm at the State House.
Even more than that, because we did a bunch in 1 year. We did every week in 1 year. So
right, yeah. Well, we did every week 8 months. We did 106 or so, I think it was in the first 3 years.
Yeah.
But that's 106, and then when you're doing like every month for 8 months a year, that's 8 plus special occasion ones. So even if you pushed it to 12, and then ran it out, that's about what it runs up to.
It's 1,000. It's got to be 1,000.
Okay.
It must be.
It would seem that way.
It feels like it.
Seems like you're almost always on the way to one, or on the way away, or setting up, or at least there though you have stuff set up that you don't have to break down and then put right back up there.
Yeah,
unless you got something in between. I like the setup too, by the way. It's a good look. I like it.
Oh, this is all. Yeah, I love this little setup here.
It's well centered, the view from what you got right now.
Can you see the over here? Sativa Crow. Sativa Crow. Oh, my belly's. Oh, Sativa Crow. Crow. Damn.
Sativa Crow.
Couldn't suck it in enough. Diane, Gracie, Cindy May. Yeah, we're breaking up the list today. It's that sad that we're just going to break it up, and I like when we do that because I didn't try to. We just happened to be talking about Wayne during the list, and we stop on Wayne a lot because there's a lot to talk about. I mean, it's still raw.
Yeah, and everybody's name still gets read, but it's not like, it's like in a boxing match and you're getting hit left to right. There's a round, you get a minute, and then you go back to getting.
Yeah, I need a break. I need a break.
You get a mental
a lot
break.
of suffering. Yeah, man, a lot of suffering and on this list.
I try really, if you see me closing my eyes and nod my head, I'm trying to get a vision, and some get by me, and that's okay, But sometimes it's just like I end up feeling like I'm just getting slapped with it, like the reality that we didn't get it done soon enough, or they started so early they knew it was going to outlast them.
Oh, next week we're at the State House and with Rattari. Also, the 26th, the fourth Thursday. And Shore Grow Hydro is having an event. They invited us down, and they invited Rattari.
Nice.
How cool is Shore Grow Hydro
Yeah.
that they invited Rattari? Yeah.
Yeah.
They get it. Somebody gets it. They get it.
No, they do. They absolutely do.
They ain't scared. They ain't scared. I love it.
No.
We gotta punch these bullies in the friggin' nose, man. You gotta go after them.
Well, I
Pressure.
know Tom and Tom
And
pretty
Doug.
well.
Yeah,
And,
Doug is great.
but there is
They're done. They're done
Enough.
waiting for home grow. They're done with this list too. They're done watching people suffer.
enough is enough is pretty much the way they would sum it
Yeah,
up. And
yeah.
It's time, it's like, no, it's not okay to just let it unfold.
This is we can't just watch this happen and watch more people die and suffer, and watch more caregivers give their lives and give their lives. Caregivers giving their lives. That's what Wayne was. He was a caregiver, gave his life. I don't even know where I was. I know we're on the kids, little children named Gracie and Cindy May. These are children. In case you didn't know that.
No, nobody would know.
Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill Buckman.
Oh, yeah.
He was a good egg.
Oh,
That Bill Buckman. That guy was solid, man.
he not only did everything he could for medical cannabis, but he was the one that almost lost his lawyer business, exposing and then taking care of racial discrimination along the parkway, the way the state
The Turnpike?
operated.
Turnpike?
Turnpike. Right. Yeah, and he did that, and he did that almost literally by himself.
Amazing.
And, got to maintain a business, another person. Yeah, he was the real deal.
Yep.
His funeral, by the way, was really well represented. I don't know if you made it to that. I don't remember. I don't think so.
No, I saw him right before he died. He was doing Chris Goldstein's case.
Yeah.
It's the last time I saw him.
Anyway.
Chad, Jeremy, Colette, that's Jeff's mom, for multiple sclerosis. Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger Barber, Jay Oleto. He sang, "Who you want to roll with?"
Yeah.
That's Jay. Ella, Hattie. That's my grandma. Jackie Record, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Alicia, Lynn, Dan, Marine vet, Sean McKay from Suicide, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne Peters, No Mens Ray. He would say all these laws are bullshit. You have a God-given right to this plant, and there's no guilty party. If you grow a plant and pick it and smoke it, there's no victim, no mens rea. but the entity is telling you can't do it. The entity also said a lot of things over the years that you couldn't do. Like a black person couldn't marry a white person. It was a law that had to be passed so that black people can marry white people. They had to pass a law. They had to pass a law. When Rosa Parks sat in the front of the bus, she was breaking the law. But who was the victim? No mens rea. The law was wrong.
Well, actually, the bus line suffered ridership incredibly in her case, so it was successful from the moment. The way everybody did everything they could to do the 5 mile back and forth thing from where everybody lives in town. That's quite something. So. Oh,
and I want to call out Greg Kelly on WABC. Greg Kelly was talking about Emmett Till. Emmett Till was the young boy who was killed. He's the beginning of the civil rights movement was because of Emmett Till. Yep. And they killed that poor boy. And Greg Kelly's on there telling us that, oh, that little boy sexually harassed this woman and he was harassing her and giving her a hard time. Come on, man. Get that, just disparaging Emmett Till. Like, that's your energy, is to talk about Emmett Till and
making up things.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Idiot. Greg Kelly's the worst. He doesn't like cannabis because he said he smoked cannabis once and he wound up in Kenya on an airline to Kenya by mistake.
Well,
so
then
don't smoke cannabis.
He could make a case, though. He could make a case that smoking cannabis once made him the asshole he is for the rest of his life. Blame that on cannabis. Yes, I became an asshole the moment I smoked it once. I haven't stopped since.
Oh, okay, John. I didn't see your comment.
Oh.
We're at the Mad Hatter. Shit don't matter when you're at the Mad Hatter.
It's a dispensary. Cannabis dispensary.
Yeah, Emmett Till was a troublemaker. That's what they're saying. Troublemaker. He caused a bunch of trouble. And it's like, wait, what? He was a little kid.
Well, I was a troublemaker. I mean, I went in and helped block the congressman's office while my late wife used marijuana in order to be arrested. I mean, geez, people couldn't get in or out of the office. That's Cheryl. She couldn't move anything but her head and shoulders, but she was one hell of a troublemaker, right?
Wow, look at this. Hey, this guy John,
yeah.
he wasn't kidding. He says Emmett Till was trash. Why? Why was he trash? He was killed by a bunch of white people. Started the entire civil rights movement.
Let John go. He's proof of things you don't even need to say just by what he's saying. So let him run. Yeah, She was. Oh, that's. Oh,
John's just a racist. Oh, maybe it's Greg Kelly. Is this Greg Kelly? Is that Greg? It's Greg
John.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Wow, John.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you, John.
There's a keypad warrior right there, isn't there?
Yeah, that's.
I'd like to see your face sometime on this, John. We'll be polite. You're your own worst enemy. It'd be kind of fun.
Wow.
You know what? You're not even clever. Come on. If you're gonna be doing this, have some style, man. That's horrible. Oh, SHYT. Is that like not swearing, or is that the cool way to say shit? Are you a shithead or a shithead? Which would it be? I'm confused.
Yeah, where are you from? Are you from England or Australia?
No, it probably thinks it makes them sound like clever. No, that can't be it. Yeah. Well, listen.
We're feeding the trolls during the list. So, hey, thanks for breaking the list up, though, John. I appreciate it because this list sucks.
Really,
list fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Thanks for breaking it up, John. John, thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you, sir. Really, you're breaking up a horrible list for us because we're reading our dead friends here.
Yeah. Oh, he
is English. Yeah, there it is. He's English. I knew it. Yeah, limey.
I got to tell you, if you're going to really believe anything somebody anonymous, probably not even named John, has to say, then again, I'm named Jim, John, so we both had unoriginal and English. Is that Englishman or Englishman? Let me ask you something about England. No, this is serious. Why is it people in England always have to confirm what they tell you, don't they? See, that's how an Englishman would say it, wouldn't he? That's what you thought, didn't you? It goes on all the time, and I wonder, what is it about just saying something and not? Ask you a question about England now, would you?
What's your favorite food? What's your favorite munchie food?
You're making the mistake of thinking you're entertaining to anybody else other than us. We're having fun with each other.
What's your favorite munchie food?
You know, I honestly, it doesn't upset me at all. I kind of appreciate the break too. You know.
No.
Any question about England? What's the roughest part of England? Like Manchester? No, really. I'm just curious. Cause I'm looking for American equivalents. It'd be like, you know, here you could, you know,
London.
Okay, yeah. Peaky Blinders. Where was that at? You know, the Peaky Blinders show on Netflix. That's an awesome show, man. Are you kidding me? Tom Hardy is my favorite actor. Where is he from? What is he? He's like Welsh. I don't know what he is.
I watch a lot of rugby, so I watch England and Wales play each other all the time, and Ireland and Scotland play each other. And...
I'll tell you, you know, they get more enthusiasm in England and thereabouts for football, you know.
Birmingham.
All right, that's like a working class. Or wait a second, is that where Peaky Blinders was? It's like a working class environment. All right, I always like to know that, you know.
It's a woke shite Netflix show.
No, which part is woke? When Alfie Solomons goes like, you know, not bad. You know what he's tasting his wares there. It's bloody awful. You know, it's like, well, there's nothing woke about that, is there? I mean, they don't walk dogs, help kids, worry about homeless people. Holy crap. Nah. He's pretending to be like some guy like John. That's not a woke show. That is funny. Oh, man.
This better not be John Smalls trolling me.
All right, well, listen, you know, I'm going to have to ignore that while you finish the list because I got some shit to do. But that was good. This is good. You know, broke up a otherwise mundane day.
Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jaybird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Carol, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lou, Becky, Lawanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, the part is woke when they plant incongruous black people into their gang and then they all fight racism together.
I must have been watching a different show. I don't understand that. Who fights racism on? You kidding me? Oh, I love the one where the Italian mafia guy and Alfie Solomons, the Jew that was ahead of, you know, all going on rotten there. Man, that was about as opposite of woke as you could get. Holy shit. So anyway, listen, don't break up the list again for that. I want to get through it.
Lawanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, Marcus, Gary, Julia.
Wayne Barini.
You know it. Wayne Barini.
Second time read on the list or third, but too recent.
When I spoke at the CRC meeting, we had a moment of silence for Wayne.
Good. It did that, huh?
Yeah, I was so messed up that I forgot to talk about wheelchair access, I think. I was just so screwed up.
Yeah.
But I did the most important thing, which I wanted to do, was give a recognition, a moment of silence to Wayne in front of the cannabis community because they should know who Wayne is.
I'm glad you did that. That was good use of your time there.
The last name on our list is Jeff Oakes. And Jeff might agree with you about Tom Hardy being a posh boy. I think he might, because Jeff was pretty tough. He used to watch UFC fights and bare knuckle.
John doesn't even know that the posh is an acronym. All right, John, if you're English, what's posh an acronym for? Go ahead. Give it to me. Shouldn't take you but a minute. You can go on with the list and I'll deal with him. Oh no, it's port out, starboard home, you fool. You'd go in the Mediterranean, the money was on the shady side, on the port side on the way out for the heat, and on the starboard side on the way home. Only the rich people could afford it. So it was a POSH acronym ticket that made it a posh ticket. Yeah, good night, man. Ooh, he's a poser.
Good day, sir.
Yeah. I'm more English than you.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah. Stumbled on that one. Uh-oh. Thanks for that, though.
I thank you. Thank you. That guy from, because you know what? You broke the list up for me, and I appreciate that.
And you know what?
Hurtful as hell.
He made me feel like smarter than somebody today, too. And I'm not the smartest guy. Well, you know, you're laughing because you know I'm not really smart. But so when I can be smarter than somebody like that and still have fun with him at the same time, you know? Yeah, that made me feel better. Now I got to go stand next to a really short person so I feel tall. How tall are you, John? Oh, I bet he's 6'6" at least. No, I say that kidding. I say that seriously. I say it with no malice to John at all. I mean, he's taken part. That's cool, you know. And it wasn't overly malicious at all, you know, by degree.
He took part.
Yeah.
He showed up. He showed up.
You know. Okay. Well, listen. They shall not grow old. Yeah, I'll smoke with you.
They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady, and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted.
They didn't stand still and they didn't run away and they didn't step aside. They fell.
They fell.
With their faces to the foe. I editorialized a little there, but you know which line's in it.
I'm going to enjoy the butt of this blunt.
Ooh.
Blunt butt.
That's the best part.
The blunt butt. What are you smoking there? Are you smoking something too?
Oh, yeah. I got my little bullet thing there.
Smoke in the air. Smoke in the air for our friends. And their families. Wayne's family must be devastated because I'm devastated. I know I got 13, 14 years. His family must be a million times more devastated than me. And I can't imagine that because, you know, all I could do is I watch his videos and I just laugh. I literally laugh my ass off watching his friggin' videos still. I over and over and over, I still laugh. It's a funny guy. He took me away to another place when I watched.
Somebody could hear a couple things about Wayne from his family, and the common reply would be, "Well, every family's got one," and they could rightfully say no. They could rightfully say no, they don't.
Oh man,
no, they don't.
Verini's had one. They had a live one. They had a wild card in Wayne. And
the thing is, he was an unknown at times. You didn't know. Sometimes he wouldn't go with you. Sometimes he'd not go with you. But then when he did, he did. And like you say, man, you know, the lows could be low, but no match for how high the highs are, So that wavelength is so far above water, it's crazy, It's almost like you had to pay initiation with him now and then, like a price.
Yeah, to be on the hill with him. You had to climb that hill to get on the hill with him. So yeah, you had to climb the hill, and then you get on the hill with him, and then you have the time of your life on that hill with Wayne. I hope some of you enjoyed the hill with. I'm sure if you knew Wayne, you had time on the hill with him, and it's time you should cherish.
One more stanza left.
See you on Tuesday.
Now you got a stanza left. You didn't finish.
I know.
Okay.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh.
That's not an acronym. Stop. Don't send me any emails. Wait a minute.
I need a louder bell, man.
Come on. What? Really?
Yeah.
No. That's perfect.
I hear it. Wouldn't wake me up in the morning, though.
Really? Oh, no. How about right here? That's
yeah, that was good. It had a higher chink sound, too.
I gotta mount it. here. Oh,
there you go.
Oh, I have to mount it over here somewhere.
Yeah, you got to make it like Hector in Breaking Bad, Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. Oh, man. Yes. That's that. That was the best show. I love that show.
You know what? That was my top show, too.
It was between that and The Sopranos. It's just like top notch.
My other one. It knocked Sopranos off the top notch spot for me, though. I didn't watch it until it was like almost done because I don't know. I just didn't know anything about it, but I knew everybody that I hung around with thought it was great. It's like it's about. Yeah, I thought it was nothing like that. Anyway.
Have you watched Better Call Saul?
Yep, I like that too.
Yeah,
that was one of the rare shows that could go back to include, and associate with something that was done that explained even more about the original show, even though it was, I mean, it seriously added on to it. So then you could go back and watch The Sopranos another time after Better Call Saul, and it even made more sense,
You mean Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Or you could watch Sopranos and Breaking Bad at the same time. Gangster shit. All right. Well, thanks everybody for breaking up the list, and needed that today. List is much more hurtful now. So
it is. Okay, dinner's being delivered. Awesome. What timing?
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
All right. Now,
I'm outie too.
See you on the rebound.
See you next time. From the Mad Hatter in Avenel, New Jersey, 845 Route 1, Avenel, New Jersey. Come on down. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can come out to the podcast live, and you can sit here and smoke weed live on the podcast. You can even interview if you want to be interviewed. If not, you could be off camera, just chilling out in the audience here. We got an audience. It's just great. Make sure 21st you're here, 22nd you're here. Cannabis Church. Have a happy Father's Day. I don't celebrate Father's Day, but I celebrate my father-in-law's day. So I'm going to my father-in-law's house. And he's really cool. I love him. He's great. So anyway, see you next time on the Ignorance is No Excuse podcast. See ya.